Hello, my dear viewers. Welcome to a new episode. Today, we're diving into the aftermath of the French Revolution and the impact it had on education. The revolution was fueled by three fundamental principles: liberty, equality, and fraternity. In order to ensure equality in education, laws were enacted to make education mandatory from the age of 6. However, when these laws were implemented, French schools were faced with a surprising realization: not all students are the same. Wasn't that obvious, Abo Hmeed? Well, my friend, let's not be naive. In this episode, we're delving into the complex topic of intelligence and stupidity. We'll explore how intelligent people can sometimes make foolish decisions. And let me tell you, you're a smart viewer, I know you. The French schools discovered that students fell into different categories: high achievers, medium achievers, and low achievers who struggled to keep up. This led to an important question: should all these students learn together in the same classroom? Or should they be separated into different classrooms based on their abilities? Perhaps the top students in one classroom, the average ones in another, and the low achievers in a third? And maybe those who aren't inclined towards academics could focus on other areas, like playing sports. At that time, a method was needed to define intelligence, and use that definition to classify students. This is when the first IQ, intelligence quotient, test was introduced by the French scientist Alfred Binet. The initial IQ test consisted of questions related to math, inference, and memory. Binet created this test out of necessity, although he himself believed that our mental capabilities couldn't be fully defined by any scales. However, not everyone agreed with Binet's approach. The American psychologist Louis Terman, one of the pioneers in the field of intelligence, improved and standardized Binet's test. This version, known as the median version, is still used today to determine IQ. It involves calculating a child's mental age, dividing it by their actual age, and then multiplying by 100. This result represents their IQ. But Terman didn't stop there. He also worked on a version of the test for adults. You might wonder why he created a test for adults when the original purpose was for schools. Well, Terman, since his own childhood, was always the smartest student in class. However, he felt that being surrounded by less intelligent students hindered his own progress. This experience led him to envision a society structured based on intelligence. In 1921, Terman conducted one of the most famous psychology studies, known as Terman's study for the gifted. He carefully selected 1,500 of the brightest children from California's schools and followed their lives as they grew up. His aim was to prove that intelligence, as measured by the IQ test, was not just a score but rather a destiny that would shape individuals' lives forever. Terman believed that through intelligence tests, societies could identify the top 25% of intelligent individuals and make them experts in various fields. Within this group, the top 5%, the most intelligent, would become leaders and presidents. However, Terman's social reform didn't stop there. He also held the belief that intelligence was hereditary, leading him to exclude children from poor backgrounds. According to Terman's perspective, if someone was poor, it was likely because they weren't intelligent enough to overcome their circumstances. Furthermore, Terman excluded certain racial and ethnic groups, such as Afro-Americans and Latinos, viewing them as inferior. He even supported campaigns advocating for the mandatory sterilization of these groups. Imagine receiving a poor score in grade 12 and finding yourself sterilized. It's a game over.